Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. Here's a recap of our top stories from the week.
A new annual concert series kicked off at City View Park in Hazleton on Friday. Based on the popular Rockin' the River concert series in Wilkes-Barre, Rockin' the Mountain is a collaboration between the city of Hazleton and Visit Luzerne County. The series kicked off on Friday with Philadelphia Freedom, a tribute to Elton John with the opening act Six Shots. We spoke with Allie McKittrick, the Hazleton Director of Parks and Recreation, about her favorite part of the event.
I think just the live music. The live music is just, there's something about it. When you hear the music blaring, it just puts you in a good mood. It feels great, and that's my favorite part.
For those who were unable to attend Friday's concert, McKittrick said there's more to come.
Yeah, so we have 2 more bands coming up, and that is, I honestly think that every band is going to grow a little bit more every week. Once people hear about it, they're going to want to come out to the next one. But yeah, we really genuinely have 3 great tribute acts for every single week. And then we have our opening acts are really, really good too. They're local bands, and a lot of people know their names and things like that. So I just think people are going to be really excited if they come out and just enjoy themselves. It's a memory. It's definitely, it's our inaugural series. So people coming out, I think it's going to be history in the making, basically.
The series will continue on Friday, June 28th, with an evening with Stevie, a tribute to Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac with Leanne and Company as the opening act. Then the series will conclude on Friday, July 5th, with Danny V's 52nd Street Band, a tribute to Billy Joel with Ostrich Hat as the opening act. Each night, the concerts will take place at the City View Park, being at 6 p.m.
Interstate 80 was closed for hours in both directions on Monday due to an overturned tractor-trailer. The incident took place on Interstate 80 westbound around mile marker 226 between the Buckhorn and Danville exits. Crews say they arrived on the scene around 11:30 a.m. for reports of a propane truck over an embankment. Upon arrival, crews say an active leak was confirmed and hazmat crews were called to the scene. According to officials, 2 individuals suffered minor injuries in the crash and 3 homes were evacuated within the immediate area. The propane truck was off-gassed in a controlled setting and continued to burn for about 6 hours. Crews worked the scene for about 12 hours in total. Interstate 80 has since been reopened in both directions. The results of the Teen Talk School Gun Violence Report have been released by the Attorney General, including results from the Hazleton area. Pennsylvania Attorney General Michelle Henry has issued a Teen Talk report on the impacts of gun violence on teenagers, which comes after her recent visits to several school districts, including the Hazleton Area School District. During her visits, Henry held candid conversations with students about how gun violence has impacted their mental health and what can be done to help them feel safer. Students across all 4 districts, which also included Philadelphia, McKeesport, and Steelton High Spear, identified several areas where school districts can improve. These improvements include better communication and trust between school officials and students, additional mental health services, and prioritizing funding towards social-emotional learning and conflict resolution programming. A full copy of the Teen Talk report will be made available to every district in the Commonwealth. The report can also be found on the Attorney General's website at attorneygeneral.gov.
Fire crews responded to the Boscov's department store in the Laurel Mall on Tuesday after employees reported flickering lights and smoke. Officials say about 30 employees were evacuated from the store during the incident, but that the mall itself remained open. Following an investigation, fire crews have reported that the incident was caused by a dead squirrel. Fire investigators say that the squirrel shorted out a main electrical supply line and caused the electrical motors to overheat. No fire was present at the scene. Crews say the Boscov store was closed for 3 hours as officials investigated the scene. The store reopened around 1 p.m. A man was arrested in Hazel Township on Wednesday for chasing a family with a machete at the Churchill Mall. According to state police, troopers had been patrolling the area of North Church Street near the Churchill Mall around 1 a.m. when they observed a female standing in the center of the travel lane waving her hands and crying. Troopers say the female said her son and daughter were currently being chased by a man wearing a mask and swinging a machete. Troopers then watched as the female's daughter ran into the nearby Taco Bell and the employees locked all the surrounding doors behind her. As troopers searched the area, they say a juvenile male came running towards them and said he had been slashed by the unidentified masked man. The masked man was soon located in a nearby alley and was identified as Anthony Joshua Brotzman. At the time of his arrest, troopers say Brotzman had a mask in one hand and a machete in the other. Brotzman had been charged with aggravated assault, terroristic threats, and simple assault among other charges in connection with the incident.
Hazel Township Fire and Rescue responded to a motor vehicle accident with entrapment Wednesday evening. Crews say they were dispatched to the scene on the 1300 block of Church Street around 6:30 p.m. According to officials, one individual was injured in the crash, but the extent of their injuries is unknown at this time.
Coming up on WYLN News, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Port Carbon, Part 4. Plus, we check in with State Representative Dane Watrow on Watrow's weekly update. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
My name is Eddie, and tomorrow's going to be rainy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
As the 1920s dawned, motion pictures were entering their first golden age. Almost every town in the nation would have at least one theater of their own for residents to escape to the movies at. In Port Carbon, escape would come via the Ritz Theater, which opened in the early part of the 1920s. Located at 1st and Washington Streets, it seated 400 patrons. The Ritz continued to show movies through the late 1950s. Afterwards, it was converted into the Angeles Sportswear Factory, joining countless other similar textile factories in town. The building burned down on February 24, 1974, the victim of a presumed arson strike. Many notable businesses would rise in Port Carbon throughout the decades of the 20th century. Harold Bensinger would start a plumbing business in 1917. What is now Bensinger & Sons Plumbing and Heating is currently the longest operating business in Port Carbon. Other entrepreneurs followed Henry L. Miller's lead and took up manufacturing. Among the factories that operate at one point or another were the Port Carbon Machine Works and Mirrowool Aluminum, which would provide panels and tiles for Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands, as well as for housing developments in South America. Construction companies would also thrive, among them the Baisley Construction Company and Lynn Construction Company. John L. Conrad & Sons, Lumber, Penn Equipment, and Liberty Oil are also business names that are familiar to Port Carbon residents. Amusement parks had taken root across America by the 1920s. Port Carbon residents will get their own amusement park at this time with the opening of Dream City Park just east of town. Located right beside the trolley tracks, and for a time known also as Schuylkill Park, Dream City Park's feature attraction was its roller coaster, the Dips. Among its other attractions were a carousel, an airplane ride, and kiddie swings. In addition, the park also had a pool on its grounds and a dance hall that hosted many dance marathons during the park's heyday. It is not precisely clear when Dream City Park closed, although it appears to have been shuttered around 1940. Today, a tree-lined field stands on the property, bearing silent witness to the fun that once took place at Dream City Park. The park did live on in name for some years afterwards, though, when the Dream City Diner operated across Route 209 from the property. And the 1930s would see the establishment of Soldiers Memorial High School in town. Before this point, Port Carbon students would have 9th through 11th grade in town, then serve their senior year at Pottsville High School. With the graduation of the first class in 1932, the high school, located on Cherry Street, would serve Port Carbon for all 4 years of high school. This would be the case for 24 years, until the Port Carbon School Board decided to join the wave of jointures taking place in Pennsylvania at this time, which was merging numerous small-town high schools together. The class of 1955 would be the last one to go entirely to high school in Port Carbon. The following year, the school was merged into the Pottsville Area High School. The elementary school, which was located next to the high school, continued to serve the community for several decades afterwards, but this too ended in 1982, when it was merged into Pottsville Area's John S. Clark Elementary School.
Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chur's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Chur's is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
Hi everybody, I'm Dr. John. This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Araceli was in a terrible accident. She was in so much pain when she first came here. I'm sure she was afraid, don't hurt me. So tune in on the show and listen to her story of how chiropractic is helping her to get back to normal life again.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Hello, this is State Representative Dane Watrow with an update on the property tax rent rebate program. The deadline for senior citizens and Pennsylvania residents with disabilities to apply for rebates on rent and property taxes paid in 2023 has been extended to December 31st. Income limits for the program increased this year to $45,000 for both homeowners and renters. If you were earning too much to qualify before, you may be eligible now. Remember to exclude 50% of Social Security when determining your income. The law I supported to expand the program also increased the maximum rebate to $1,000. The program is open to residents aged 65 years and older, widows and widowers 50 years and older, and people with disabilities 18 years and older. Remember, you do not need to pay anyone for assistance to apply for the rebates. Apply online at mypath.pa.gov or contact my office for help. Rebates will be distributed beginning July 1st, as required by law. Until next time, this is State Representative Dane Watrow. Thank you.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Welcome back to Feel Good Friday. I'm joined with Dr. John.
Hey Brian, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, fantastic.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. We're going to talk about the potential dangers of energy drinks because there's a lot of caffeine in those things, and caffeine gets you through the day, but too much could be a very bad thing.
We do about 10 CDL driver exams a day anymore, and a lot of these CDL drivers drink energy drinks because they want to stay, especially the young people, they want to stay awake for 10, 12 hours, but there's a lot of sugar, a lot of caffeine, so if you read the label, for 5 hours, Ryan, it gives them that rush, but then after 5 hours, just the opposite. The whole sugar, and then they take another one and another one, so a lot of them develop high blood pressure, even diabetes from all the sugar in them. So I tell all my drivers, stop drinking them. If you have to drink one coffee in the morning or, quote, pre-workout before they go to the gym, have one coffee of caffeine just to get you going, but no energy drinks. People are spending $10, $12 a day, and I have to tell them financially, if you want to get ahead of the game and you're 24 years old, stop buying energy drinks. You don't need them.
Yep, especially because, like you said, high blood pressure, it's very dangerous.
It is.
So I'd like to thank Dr. John for joining us on this Feel Good Friday, and we'll see you next time.